Welcome to the End Time Show for our channel. I'm Gerald. We'll be discussing Disney planes, and one of the main things that we'll be focusing in regards to this particular movie is the main central character, Dusty the Crop Duster. Now, we know when watching this movie, find it ironically that Dusty has a particular Freemason magical symbol, the skull and bones, right here. We all know also too that Disney uses a lot of different magical symbols within their movies. Also, they promote a lot of occult practices, and they use this as a method of programming kids into having the mindset of receiving the Antichrist, also indoctrinating and programming them into participating and grasping a hold of the occult. Also, too, we know when kids view these movies and they go to the movies, parents pay good money for it, and eventually it comes out on DVD. Kids love to watch stuff over and over again, so they're repetitively playing this movie over and over again, and their minds are being bombarded by the symbolism within the particular movies. It deals more with the subconscious mind where those symbols are being embedded. So it is witchcraft manipulation that is being used to manipulate the minds and hearts of these children. So parents, you have to really be a watchman over your own household to discern not to bring certain things within your household. So we'll take a further look and we'll expose some things. We'll also take a look at Dusty's mentor from the first movie, Skipper. Skipper has a lot of different other symbolism that we'll also explore.
What's taking this guy so long? Is he really as good as they say he is? No. Better. Whoa. Who was that?
Why, hello, ladies. You ready to lose?
Last one of the water tower. Buys a round of fuel.
Tell you what, I'll give you guys a head start. You're gonna need it.
Later, loser.
One 1,000. Two 1,000. Oh, that's enough. Turkey shoot.
Let's go in for a closer look. But keep your distance.
Holy cow, it's the whole enemy fleet!
Lay down your head and I'll sing you a lullaby back to the years of moonlight.
Now, when we further examine Dusty the Crop Duster with the symbol of the skull and bones, we can see the skull here. We can see the crossbones here, which is the X symbol. When we take a look at Dr. Kathy Burns' book, Masonic and Occult Symbols Illustrated, she states the following: in modern magic, X symbol, it is a sign of the slain and risen Egyptian god Osiris, or another version of the slain and risen Hiram Abiff. Again, Masonry has downgraded Jesus and replaced him with its own Christ. Burns further states, since Masonry has replaced the cross of Jesus with the X representing their own Christ, that Christ of Masonry was the biblical Antichrist. Therefore, the X in modern Freemasonry represents Antichrist. Now we take a deeper look at the skull and bones being a magical symbol. In the mystery traditions, the skull signifies knowledge and wisdom. It is supported by crossbones, symbolizing the guardianship and power over the realm of death. Now when we take a look at this particular picture of Skipper, which is Dusty, the crop duster's mentor. We can see him sitting out in front of his aircraft hangar. We can see the skull here. We can see the crossbones here. We can also see the skull and bones here, but also too ironically, not only the skull and bones symbolism that we can see that's very blatant, we can look to see that he has 777, a 7 here, a 7 there, and a 7 here. When we look at 777, it's the most powerful number to black magic system of witchcraft developed by Aleister Crowley, and to the Kabbalah and to the Illuminati. To the Kabbalists, 777 is traditionally the number of the flaming sword or creative lightning flash, which when overlaying on the tree of life touches every seraphim, in turn certain paths with the total of 777. When we further even explore Crowley's 777, how he came about this particular number, it's the number of Babylon based upon his reading of the Babylons of Revelations chapter 17 and 18. Crowley arrived with the 777 through numerology as the equivalent of the word by misspelling it as Babylon. Therefore, 777 intimately is connected with the Antichrist and his kingdom as depicted and foretold in these two critical chapters of the book of Revelations. So as we can see here, skull and bones here, skull and bones here, 7 here, 7 there, 7 there, right in plain sight, subliminal messages that are being bombarded and downloaded into the minds and hearts of our children. Now, parents, we have to make sure when you're bringing in this type of things into your household, like Disney planes, where it's showing this different symbolism within these movies, we have to be sober and vigilant because your adversary, the devil, walketh about as a roaring lion, seeking whom he may devour. So the devil is out and your kids are his prey. That's why you must pray that they'll become the devil's prey, because if you're not being vigilant and you're not having a sober mind and using discernment, things will creep into your house and bring destruction upon your household and your kids. So you got to war in the spirit and make sure that you're not walking in a carnal mind, but in the spiritual mindset, that you're able to rightly divide the word, that you're able to decipher what enters into your household, that make sure that you keep your kids' mind stayed on Jesus. This is the End Time Shofar channel. God bless.